Hey everyone, Father Jared here. Last night at our first Blaze Night of the year, it was really awesome. So many people, seeing them all excited to be there for our first night of faith formation. And really cool just to be able to share a little bit about really what this whole year ahead means for us as a parish family. So a lot of excitement yesterday, but also just to update you on where we are. So we moved Jeannie Calloway in our office on our staff from her former role into sacramental life, right? Coordinator of sacramental life, to really place an emphasis on the sacramental formation, but all formation, especially of our young people, but all formation that's happening here on campus. And so really it's this movement away from like that typical way we usually think of like sacramental prep or just CCD in general, which is like theology or theological education, and moving towards intentional discipleship. We've been doing that for these last few years, right? Probably 5 years at this point. But really, we're trying to make this really like go double down into that this year, right? So really just to say, for instance, like to learn maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things is way more important than like learning 50 things poorly, right? To learn like 5 things well, like throughout this year. Like the first and foremost should be a relationship with Jesus, right? And so really the main 5 things that we're going to focus on, or 4 or 5 things, would be identity, right? So identity is important. That was actually my homily this Sunday. But learning who we are. Once we do that, then we can become disciples of Jesus, right? That's the next step. And then once we grow in that formation, we then learn our purpose in life, my purpose for living, which then gives me a certain mission, right? The Lord sends me out to go and do this thing, to be this person in the world. And then also that leads to evangelization, right? Which means just like we did last Sunday with Welcome Home Sunday, right? Telling people about Christ, inviting them into a relationship with Jesus. So really those are the 5 important things that we really want to focus on. Not like 8 bajillion things that we can know a little bit about, but mainly the first things, right? Which are relationship with Jesus, knowing him and bringing him to others. That's really what we're trying to do in our formation. Also, part of our formation too is trying to incorporate our parents and our family members into that learning, right? Into that formation. And so hopefully building a desire in all of us to encounter Christ, but also to encounter him in others. Really, I also want to emphasize, because sometimes there's confusion about this, but fire nights are for everyone, right? And so if you're preparing for a sacrament, that means you also should be at fire nights, right? Because they build on each other. So each fire and blaze night builds upon the night before it. And so if you, for instance, miss a fire night or you miss a blaze night, then you're missing part of that formation, because we've really turned and transformed all of our formation to build upon each other. I'm really excited about that starting this year. And lastly, we still need formators and helpers throughout this year. So we provide the formation, all the formation mapping, right? So we lay out the framework for you. We give you all the materials that you need, and we support you along the way, but we really just need some help, and we need some more formators. Especially, we are in need of 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade. If you're open to being a formator, someone that's helping form 5th graders, 6th graders, and 7th graders, we would love to have you. So please just let Jeannie know in the office. I'll put a button to her email directly below us so you can contact her. Hope you're having a great week. Let's make it an awesome week ahead, and can't wait to see you throughout this week and this Sunday. Make good choices.